Hey crew, welcome back to another edition of Captain Caldwell's Classroom. I am Captain Caldwell, and today we're going to go over the augments, exclude the brand new ones. We're going to go over the augments, and I've actually got a couple of fellow streamers here, Toto and Foxy, and they're going to help me rank these from S to D. Um, so right off the bat, I think I've discussed this a couple of times in my stream. If you've watched any of my streams, I have a set group that I always like to kind of run with, and then there's some that I literally never use because I think they're absolute garbage. So we're gonna do like the base, like the first few that I think that are really good, and then I'm gonna start making arguments to move things around and then place the rest of them. So, and Toto and Foxy are gonna help me out.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And
so
I'm just thinking, like, what's your trash might be my treasure.
Right. Yeah. This is gonna be great, and we're doing this live. This is gonna be great. So right off the bat, do y'all think that there's any of them that are just absolute garbage? I have two specifically that I think that are just totally like
I do.
useless.
I
Yeah.
have ones that I never pick.
Yeah. What's those?
Mine are the bow.
Oh, the bow augmentations.
Oh
I'm gonna
no.
I
fuck with you out of this
No.
one. Hold
never
on.
Those
pick
those are
the
S tier. No, the bows are
bow.
S tier. Those are S tier, baby.
I don't know about
No.
that because bow only gives you two different ones. But the opposite augmentation for the bow, the one that gives you infinite ammo and quick release, I think that one is S
Okay,
tier or A tier. But
Yeah.
the one that only drops you either a mechanical bow or a shockwave bow, granted those are really good bows, but I think they need to add more options to it, give you the full range instead of just two choices. And for that reason, I give it like a B class, maybe C class.
So I somewhat agree with Foxy's analysis. I when I did this original one, since we're going to argue the bows, we'll flip it and we'll see like which ones do we think is actually the best. So I actually put both of the bows in S tier, and I've
I
been thinking about this for a couple of days, and I'm gonna make this a similar argument, although I disagree with your analysis on the mechanical and the shockwave bow augment. However, I'm going to rate them roughly the same, but I'm going to make a separate argument. So I think the bow specialist, I
hmm
think that one is S tier. The one speedy
speed
pulls.
withdrawal,
Yep,
yeah,
and basically infinite uh,
ammo.
ammo. Okay, and it's specifically
okay.
because the infinite ammo on the shockwave bow, like fuck the hammer, you don't fucking need it. Get the bow.
Yes,
So
I
Okay.
100% agree with that.
the
But
reason why I think the mechanical and the shockwave bow is, yeah, you could probably even put this as a B or an A, but I'm gonna put it as an A for now, and we'll argue
as
later.
a
Well, and since the changes to the hammer, then I think I can agree with that
Yeah.
because before the hammer changes, I would have 100%
Yes.
said hammer all the way, but I haven't like
Yes.
gotten used. This hasn't been around long enough, right?
Yeah.
This new update with the hammer. So I just haven't really thought of picking up the boat because
Yep.
I never was really picking it up
see.
before.
But my thing
110% agree. Yeah.
is like uh, you prefer the shockwave in this scenario. Your main argument is for the shockwave,
Yep.
right?
Shockwave bow. Yeah. Fuck the mechanical explosive, whatever the crap that thing is. I
Right? But what if they instead of just giving you those two options, they gave you all four of the options. They gave you shockwave, explosive, stink, and the last one is untethered or it's undetermined, right? So you
uh,
shoot a random
what's a
shit.
fire? Is there a fire? Fire, explosive,
Yeah,
stink,
and
shockwave?
shockwave.
Those
Yeah,
are the
there you
four.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't really use any. Although I actually did tonight with Toto and got like 3 kills with it, but I don't really use any of the bows other than the shockwave bow.
but why? Like you like the
For
shockwave because it gets you
movement,
around, right?
Yeah,
yeah, for
yeah,
But
movement.
exactly.
for
Because
your
it's a
expl
shockwave hammer, but it's unlimited. It just takes a
yeah.
little more skill to use.
So is it both augmentations together that you're liking for the first one, or is it simply the bow
Okay,
itself?
so I actually haven't made my argument for why this is A, My
Okay, go
argument
for it.
for A is because if he picks the Shockwave augment and I kill Foxy, then I can take his Shockwave bow. Also, since the bow doesn't carry over if you die after you pick that augment, you've wasted the augment. You have to find someone that's picked that augment or the person that picked up your bow and take it from them.
Oh.
So
See, so
there's
that
other
that's
ways of
one more
obtaining a
downgrade in
Shockwave
my opinion.
bow.
Yeah, that's kind of a downfall.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why it's not S tier. Because you
Oh.
don't necessarily have to have. However, the bow specialist is a must have if you can get your hands on a Shockwave bow. Like you're moving just as fast as anybody with a hammer, and you could even argue you have more control. It's just the difference between an automatic and a manual car. It's a little more
I agree.
manual. It's a little harder to use, but you have a whole hell of a lot more control. That's just my simple argument for that one being A tier. And you could even say that's a B tier.
Yeah, I think we're saying that
Like,
it's lower.
yeah,
But
it's definitely
Yeah,
not
I'm
S.
but
It's
actually
you
definitely not
I
you're
S.
think
partial to the bow, so I
Yes,
get
I
I
am,
that.
and I
think
am. This is
the
definitely very
bow
biased.
augmentation for the fast reload and the arrows are 100% S tier. The fact for the bow itself, one, you don't keep it after you die, which I think is stupid,
Yep.
and two, it only gives you 2 selections. For those 2 reasons, I'm gonna give it B class on the second augmentation.
Okay. All right, I'll move it to B. It's a good argument. I'll take it. Accepted. So any other ones that we think are like just flat out must have S tier or D
Oh
tier?
yes, Bush Warrior, but I think they nerfed it a little. I
So
think it's not as fast as it used to be.
actually, I have even if it's not as fast, I have an argument for why Bush Warrior is not a. So when I think S tier, when I think S tier augment, I think of if it pops up, you have
876.
to click it. You don't have a choice. Hey, it popped up.
I
You
do
have to
that
click
with
it.
Bush. There's
Bush
nothing that I
Bush Warrior is not. It is not one that you must have. And you shouldn't.
I
You should not always click Bush Warrior. And here's my argument for that. Give me just 1 second.
Okay.
This is great content. I love it. I love it. Okay. When
Okay,
you
good.
when you look at the map, do you know where all the bushes are?
Yeah, when you get into the ice area, there's no more bushes.
There's no
Oh,
bushes.
I think
So
we've
if
talked
if
about
yes,
this.
oh yes we have.
Actually.
We sure have. If the bush
He's gonna
if
say it again.
if
with
you're in like
passion.
zone 3,
73.
if you're like in zone 3 and you're like the zone is like sloppy shores, faulty splits, anvil, and it just cuts a little bit of the ice out, okay, all right. Chances are it's probably not going to end in ice. Pick Bush Warrior, especially if you need it right then. You need heals right then, and Bush Warrior pops up. Pick Bush Warrior. But if like you're Lonely
think-
Labs, Sloppy Shores,
I guess-
Anvil, and you're like almost all in that zone, all ice, and you pick Bush Warrior, you just wasted an augment. So just for that alone, it cannot be S tier because it is not something you
That's such
must
deep
click.
thinking for playing games right now.
Yep.
I just don't think like that. Like I
Yeah.
think it's awesome that you do. I love that
Yeah.
about you.
But this is the reason why we're creating this content. This is
See,
the
I
reason,
agree with
like,
you,
this is the reason
but
why
I
people
also
need to see
disagree.
this.
yeah.
I like the fact that if I'm in any kind of fight, right? There used to be an option. I know it's not anymore, but there used to be an option where you could throw down a bush. Sadly, it's not in the game anymore. I wish they would throw it back in.
That would be a
But-
game changer, and that would definitely change
The
my
value
ranking.
of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that honestly, fuck everything else. Bush Warrior would be the number one thing. If you could just throw down a bush anywhere.
Right. And there are places, like even on the ice, where those little random places spawn. It'll be a thing of ammo, a thing of barrels. It might even just be a fucking circle of bushes, but it spawns there. And if you look at the map, how much of the map is actually covered in ice?
Well, it's like well, we're
Like
gonna call it
1/4?
like yeah, 25%. It's definitely not a third. 25%.
Okay, right. So in an average game, right, you have already a 25% chance of your circle ending in ice now.
So
Cool. But you're always gonna have that odd.
so if you go back and you look at any of my gameplay and Bush Warrior pops up, and I think that it's potentially a good idea to take it, you will always see me back out of my augments and pull my map up every single time. I
So
never
does this
blindly take
mean
it.
Storm Marker Augment ranks S?
Whoa. Which one? Because remember, I'm not there looking at this. So are we talking about the one that shows you the future storm circle? Or
Yes.
are you talking about the one where
Bush
when
Warrior.
the storm moves, it
Bush Warrior.
shows you all your enemy?
We're talking about Bush Warrior.
Okay.
Specifically Bush Warrior.
Okay. Well, specifically about Bush Warrior.
Don't you look at your map to look at the storm circle, or no?
Yes, I do look at the storm circle when Bush Warrior pops up on my screen. And I think it's a good idea to take Bush Warrior. I will always back out, pull the map up to see where the storm circle is currently going, and where I think it's going to go next. If I think it's
because it can't be used everywhere.
It cannot be S tier. My argument is it cannot be S tier because it cannot always be taken. It shouldn't always be taken. You should critically think when taking it.
Okay, I can agree with this, and I can drop it down to A.
Yeah,
because
that's where I have it placed. I have it placed
today. Everywhere.
I think
you can't use it everywhere.
Yeah, because you can't use it everywhere.
But in conjunction with the storm augment, maybe it's a good bet.
I also have one more downside for Bush Warrior. If you're stuck in a storm and you go in a bush, right, it would be overpowered if it kept healing you. It would be. So I get that they deactivate it while you're in storm, but I wish you could fill it up once while in the storm and then make your way to circle.
Yep. So there's definitely an argument to be made for stacking, and because we're gonna have a couple of these where, well, that augment specifically isn't really all that good by itself, but when stacked with a second one, we saw it kind of with the bows. Stacking them together, like if you could just say, hey, I want both of these as my first two augments, like, whoa. And you didn't have to re-roll
he's
or
like,
anything.
you're out of there.
Like I'm taking
475?
it. Like, that's going to be awesome. But, so I have it ranked as A, and I think there's definitely a solid argument for, the storm circle, future, the future storm circle. I think that's there's definitely a really good argument for coupling those together, and that would be maybe not necessarily S tier, but if you've already taken that, or in squads,
not everyone needs it in squads,
right?
Like if only one person.
So there's a downside of the forecast is that if you're in squads and somebody takes forecast, only one person needs to have forecast. So, and I didn't really think about this until the other day when I was actually trying to rank these myself, and I was like,
actually,
we need to be
about
verbal.
that.
We need to be verbal when we take that. When we take that augment, we need to be like, hey, I'm taking forecast.
There are certain augments that will be good with certain people, right? So everyone carries their special augments, and they all work together.
So you know what? That's a good
randomly
point.
The ones that we always want, because if the ones we always want are the same as our partners, like, no offense, but two of us don't need to have, I forgot what it's called, but it's when the circle comes, ding, and it lights up all the enemies around you.
Yep, that also true. Also true. But
I was gonna say Bloodhound is pretty high.
Right. So Bloodhound.
But
okay. So
I would give Bloodhound to Cap.
So, okay. So where would we? Let's do forecast first. Where would we put forecast? Would we say that's it's useful?
So I normally never pick forecast only because my situational awareness isn't up to par. So if I have
the only ones that are going to come out to that price is the filtered.
I wait for someone to tell me what the forecast is because I just never pick that up.
Yeah.
But it is a powerful. I
75
recognize it's a powerful augment that I just don't use enough.
So could we say could we just place forecast as a B for now? And
or A even or no?
No, hold on.
I think
it's important for the
because it only
team.
works for the one thing, right?
Right.
And it is good to know where your circle is going to be towards the end of the game. So you're not, fighting towards the circle, you're fighting in the circle as it moves. So I agree with that. But I don't think it's all that needed because we're going to get it anyway. Before intel is good intel, but it's not always the best. You can easily die from too much information the same way you can die
Also
from
true.
under information.
Also true. You can definitely try to get to that final circle, and the final circle will be on low ground, and you just took the final circle, but you're on low ground and at a disadvantage. That has happened to me quite a few times. I have noticed that. So you're saying
you're trusting the center of the circle is always the best place to be. It's kind of like in Pop 1, dude. I always got mad at people who would always go to straight to zone. And I'm like, dude, maybe we should like scoop around the map and like kind of scoop people in and take people out that way. But nobody ever like trusted in that strategy. And they're like, just go to zone. And I'm like, well, y'all do you. Like, I never really listened
I mean, there's clans that roll that strategy. And they do
I
very well
believe
at it.
I believe it. But those clans can't separate. Like, they can never work without each other.
Also true.
And so I just feel like I have to be flexible. Like, I will go to zone if I play with a team that wants to go to zone if I really need to. But if someone is gonna do a different strategy, I want to see what they have.
In game, I feel like strategy is important, but I don't think replay strategy is important. I believe you have to have a certain number of unknown element added to it, or you're gonna constantly fail. See, in a game that's ever changing and ever different people are always gonna play different, right? Cap, I love your strat for always landing in the same place, but I honestly think that got to stop. Love it.
We've been rolling a lot of POIs here lately, but specifically because we've
need the variety.
Well, it's not necessarily variety. They've nerfed the hammer. The hammer was a specific reason why we dropped it that POI because there was a high chance, but they've nerfed the hammer so much that it's not really useful for you to drop it that spot. Other than it's familiar now, there's no use. So we've been dropping. I dropped on POIs with Red and Bones and Toto. We dropped at POIs. Me and Toto. We dropped at my spot twice, 3 times.
I don't even remember.
And we went to POIs every other time.
Okay.
Every other time.
Yeah, I guess we did.
We went to every POI except Bastion tonight.
Nice.
So I think at the very beginning that spot was in fact the best, but it is no longer the best.
Yes.
Anyway,
I agree with you.
So where would we rank forecast?
I would put it B, like where you had it.
No, honest, I would say C class because it's only good for the one thing.
I definitely see the argument for both. I wish I could like put it in the middle. I wish I could put it in the middle, but we'll put it in C. We can move these around. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
What were the next ones? Stormmark.
Bloodhound. I think we said Bloodhound or Stormmark.
Yeah. Bloodhound and Stormmark. Okay, so those two I think this is where there's that solid argument for, well, they're really good for squads, but it's really not good for solos. Like,
okay, Bloodhound, you have to be on point. You hit them, right? Or you don't get the mark. On Stormmark, you have to wait for circle. So, in your opinion, which is better in an in-battle situation?
In battle, I want to know where they are. Like, just knowing where they are.
You're always going to do that, right? But one, you have to hit them to know it. And the other one, you have to wait for the circle.
See if they're behind something. That's very powerful.
Yeah,
knowledge.
If you hit them first. Yeah, if you hit them with your bullet, then you can see them with one.
And the Stormmark, I mean,
I didn't realize that that's how that works.
Yeah.
Bloodhound.
Is there 9 circles? It's like Stormmark I feel like would be extremely useful in like builds. Specifically at the very end, like if the zone keeps moving around and it keeps marking your opponent, like Stormmark would be super useful. If every single time at the very end, like you go past the 20-minute mark and zone is like actually shifting around the map at that point.
Excuse me.
I think Stormmark would be super useful, but how often is that going to happen? And 2, more than likely you're going to have it for like 3 to 4 zones and be done. Like, it's not actually that useful. As for a Bloodhound, I'm not really a big fan of Bloodhound, although I'll take it sometimes if there's like if we're in a mostly flat area towards the end of the game and there's like lots of bushes and things like that. Just to help
I
see
think
which
we
bush
can
they
all
went
agree
to, but
Bloodhound is worse than the other one, right?
yeah, what? Well, I don't know.
Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, you could actually keep that up as long as you can hit them. You can keep it up. Stormmark, you get a limited number of marks per game. So I think,
You get
and honestly, I
really.
think they're both fairly useless. They're useful, but like they're not D class, but C class. Both of them would probably be C class in my
I,
opinion.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to say Bloodhound. I would agree, though it would be more C class in my opinion. But that's because you have to hit them, and I don't know how long it lasts with Bloodhound. I don't. I
I
also
think
don't
it's
know
like
how
10
long.
seconds. I think they're
Okay.
both. I think they're both 10 seconds.
Okay. Cool. Um, but in my opinion, right, when the storm is pushing together, right, and I'm trying to get into circle, right, and there's a whole team, there's teams and teams fighting around me. I would rather know where the fuck they all are with one quick beep than having to sit there and look at each and every one of them while I'm trying to get the fuck away.
But they're only going to mark them if the zone shrinks.
Moves,
At the point
correct?
where the zone like makes its next move, it marks everybody.
Yeah,
So the chances are of everybody fighting at the same time that the zone
but
blink,
it happens all the time.
like
Right? Because people try to push the storm circle sides to catch anyone who comes in.
that's true. That's true. But you're going to take an augment for 1 to 2 because
Well,
it's really not going to be useful at the beginning of a match, but towards the end of a
no.
match, and I've already made that argument. Towards the end of a match, as the
Hmm.
zone gets smaller, it will become more useful. But we're
I
talking
agree.
about like the last two
But
of a match, assuming you even get there.
mm, I would say maybe the last three of a match, because on your third circle, you hit that thing up. You're still seeing a good 1/3 of your entire circle right there,
True,
right?
that's true. Assuming you're on the edge, worst
Right.
case
And I
scenario.
I believe in our team long enough to make it to at least third circle. Like I do. I believe at this point now we struggle. Now we start struggling, and that's okay. That's us. That's us. We got to work on that. But um, for each one, it's like a 2-minute timer per circle. Every 2 minutes, I'm gonna know where everyone is around me, and maybe that's a downfall because that maybe that's too long for y'all. But I like that. I like that every 2 minutes, boom, ding, everyone around me.
I still. So are you saying you would rank that as a B and not a C?
Yeah, I would rank Stormmark as C, and I would rank Bloodhound as, or sorry, Stormmark as B, Bloodhound as C.
Okay, all right, I'll take that. Um, so there's still two that I think are two like just totally useless that are still in our list, and that's
Balloons.
the supercharged and the tricked out. I think those are the car ones.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, no, 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 no,
I
no, no,
think
no, no,
those two
no.
are totally useless in the current
I
meta of the game.
dis. Now we're about to have a big disagreement.
It's
Oh
good.
no, what happened?
Yeah.
Y'all, I kind of tuned out for
I
a
agree
minute.
with tricked out. Tricked out can be whatever. What are we looking for? One
What
of
was
those.
the one you said, Kat?
Tricked
There you
out,
go. All good.
tricked out, and supercharged.
Supercharged. I don't know if you've noticed, but I love the bike. Love it.
Yeah, I do. I have
Right?
noticed. I have
And it
noticed.
is. It's hard to get some shots on that bike, but once you get it down, like motherfucker, you're hitting them and they can't even touch you.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, I had a
mm.
fight like that. I had a fight like that. That was
And
fun.
it's so beautiful when you're just going by them, bah, boom, headshot. Go around the other one, bah, boom, another one down. It's so much fun. And for supercharged, it helps me. I don't run out of gas. It gives my bike extra health. My bike will take damage for me. Great. Fucking great. But
Yep.
tricked
Great for
out
the
on the
pusher.
cart. Great for the car, tricked out. It's okay. but it's not great.
So
If there was like 50 million cars, then yeah, you could just jump in one, boom, 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 boom. It would be amazing.
I definitely see your argument for the supercharged, and
Mhm.
and I'm glad we at least agree on tricked out. So
Which
my
one?
thing my thing for supercharged is that like
Question.
the whole point for having basically unlimited gas is for movement. Now, if they took the shockwave bow and the hammer out, that one would probably move up my list quite a bit because that would
Sorry,
be
boss.
the
This uses Wi-Fi to call, and this phone doesn't even work. I'm sorry, boss.
like
Um,
what?
you might want to ask him. I'm pretty sure he has one though. I'm pretty sure he has one that has the thing for you. If you want. Sorry, the customer
Yeah,
asking a question.
yeah.
Um,
So
but yes,
yeah, so supercharged. Like if they took the shockwave hammer and the shockwave bow out, I definitely see the argument for.
but I can keep up with you, like with supercharge. With a bike, you can use your bow, your hammer.
Yep,
You can use all of it.
but
I can still go faster than you.
is it is it worth wasting an augment on though?
I mean, for a bow, you're wasting 2 augments.
Actually, most of the time I waste 3 because I couple it with
Dang.
soaring sprints, so I can basically jump across
Oh,
the map.
I fucking love soaring sprints.
Yes, soaring sprint is definitely S class to me. I don't even need to argue that.
Soaring sprints was
Oh
probably the one augment that I underestimated
my
hardcore.
I think you did too.
I underestimated the shit out of that augment. I thought
I
it was,
love it.
and until like last week, until they nerfed the hammer again, I was like, well, how can I make the bow even better? It's like, oh, well, let's try soaring sprints. Like, I might even said last week that soaring
Okay.
sprints is a garbage augment, and then I coupled it with the bow, and it's
Say,
awesome.
I was like, I think we were arguing about this last week.
Yeah, we were.
It's the year?
Yes, Toto. Yes, we were.
Year?
In fact,
It
arguing
was
about that last
me.
week. Yes.
I do.
And I said soaring sprints was absolute fucking garbage,
Alright,
and then
fine,
I
fine.
realized that it can be coupled with
Fine, fine.
the bow, and I can like
118.
leap over POIs and shoot
Just
people
next
from
time,
the
make sure to
air.
bring it in, okay?
And I'm like, oh, this is fucking goated as shit. I've got to have it. I've got to have it. So those 3 all together,
Mhm.
like, if I could pick 3 augments every single match to have, guaranteed, don't even have to click the button, it would be those 3.
Yeah.
The 2 bows and soaring sprints. The last one, I don't know, give me one of the pistols or one of the first assaults or the bush warrior or
Oh, Amp magazine.
one of those. It's like, I don't care. I got those 3. I'm happy. I can leap and jump and like they don't even look. People don't even look up anymore. I just leap over them and then just shoot them from the top.
Yeah.
See,
That-
I don't like balloons. I hate balloons.
So now this tier list would look a lot different if this was like 3 weeks ago because
You hated balloons too, Kat.
so yeah, exactly. I sure as hell did. But when people were using like the soaring sprints and the dub shotgun and then the balloons and the shield, like the balloons and the shield,
That was OP.
like yeah, it was OP. The OP is shit. Like literally, you're going to be shooting somebody for 20 seconds. If your teammates can't
Have a great one.
can't wipe a squad in 20 seconds, like get fucking new teammates. Because if 4 enemies on a squad are shooting you in the air and you're blocking all of their shots with the shield, you're taking 0 damage.
And your team is on the ground, like aiming at them, and they still can't take it.
And they
then
can't.
There is a problem.
There is a problem. Like, he has an awesome distraction, overpowered as shit. But as of right now,
See, I have an argument to make. Take away the dub, right? Because that thing has only been unvaulted back for this fucking season. Fuck the goddamn dub shotgun. Then you just throw that shit back in the vault.
I've never used it this season, so I don't know. I
don't like the dub gun.
Yeah. Honest, it will throw you back. With every shot you take, it will damage them, but it will throw you back. You can have whole battles in the air where you're just shooting yourself up like a fucking jetpack. All right, like, but it just depends on the gun. And I still don't like the balloons because they shoot your balloons out.
Yep.
You're pretty much fucked,
Yep.
right?
Unless you
Like
unless
even
you
if you have
have the
soaring
hammer.
sprints, you have to have the hammer. You have to get a perfect hit with a shockwave bow, or you have to have a dub, or best case scenario, a balloon appears on your back just before you hit the fucking ground. Best case scenario.
Yep.
Or sorry, there's a shit ton of water under you.
So can we just dump this one and go to D? Can we just drop it
Yeah.
to D?
I think balloons go to D 100%.
D. All right. Any other ones right off the top of your head? You think they go to D?
Soaring, whatever the fuck it is, that one's S class.
Soaring what?
Or soaring sprints, S class.
Oh, okay. Soaring sprints. Okay. Yep, I agree with that one. I think all three of us have already said soaring sprints is awesome. Any other ones?
Especially with the berries.
The
I feel like we're missing greatly amped.
There's one more augment that I think is just absolute garbage. And that's the explosive munitions one. I'm not really a big fan of the rockets. So it like you break stuff and it gives you grenades and like.
But honest, grenades are so
I don't
powerful.
really use them.
Like one hit, boom, 100 health, and another hit, you got them down.
Yeah.
2 grenades, you can get a whole team down.
Yeah.
A whole team.
Yeah, but outside of like the first couple of minutes, how often do you throw a grenade? How often do you actually have spots for grenades?
Oh, 100%. I'm just trying to say it's not like D class, but I would give this one like C class. Because it can be useful. It can be. Have a stack of grenades, you can just fucking wipe a whole goddamn squad, no problem. Just fucking gone. But I think that it takes too long. Like, the chance of you getting an explosive per break is too low. Like, if I'm breaking shit for explosives, I need a higher chance of getting a fucking explosive.
And clearly you're not doing that mid-battle.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
What is it today? Are we critically thinking over this? Are we thinking too hard?
No, I'm sorry. I'm so squirrel right now, you guys. I'm looking at the item shop.
Oh my god. Item shop squirrel. Oh, shiny. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put that one.
I
in
am
C
listening though, but I do agree with you guys.
I definitely don't think that one's very useful at all. Nor have I really experimented with it, but I'll put it at C for now. Are there any other ones that we think that we can agree with right off the top of our heads?
I like the mantle one.
So okay, so here's I think the mantle one, the where you get
mantle with soaring sprints.
I think
yes.
I think the mantle one in builds is S tier.
Oh my god,
that makes
yes.
Sense.
But I will argue that it is not S tier in zero.
That makes sense. Okay. I can agree
have
with that.
a thing. When in builds, I was just watching it. You know, I was watching a streamer play it, and he was doing something in builds I hadn't quite thought of. Every time he got into a fight, right, I was like, okay, cool. How's he gonna get out of this? You know, he would duke him between 2 boxes. It would go back and forth, and once they were over him, around him, surrounded him, he would jump through his own builds with the fucking hammer and land on top of them. After he knew that they were on top of him, he would on purposely wait to build himself in a box, act as bait, jump over them, and then fucking like one tap them out.
That's kind of smart.
I was fucking gone. I was like, holy shit! Why haven't I thought of this?
But see, that's what I'm saying. When you combo some of these augments, like, it gets real nasty. So do we agree? Can we put the parkour as an A? And like have like a mental note that in builds parkour is probably an S class. And
yes, I don't think it's as S class in non builds because you can't mantle as much. But other than that, yes, 100%.
Okay. Aerialist. Do we think that that's actually has any use with the hammer and the shockwave bow in the
Which
game?
one's Aerialist again?
Aerialist is the
The
one
one
where you
you
can.
can
Oh, you can
deploy.
fly.
You can
Yeah.
deploy your glider. That's a pretty powerful one. I would say equally
Oh,
with soaring sprints.
No,
It's
absolutely
but
not. Absolutely not. No.
honest, it depends on how it's used and where it's used. Because
Hey, Abstract, what's
sometimes
up?
that shit can come in handy, but it's such a hard time because I don't know. Now there's so many other things we can do. Like and bringing out your glider takes so much time.
that's
So
true.
the
That
reason
does make
why
you
I
vulnerable.
definitely don't think that Airless is anywhere close to as good as Soaring Sprints is because you can shoot people when you have Soaring Sprints. You cannot shoot somebody when you have your glider out.
That's true. Accurate.
Yeah.
So I don't think Aerialist is good as a movement. I don't think it's good as a gap closer to attack. I
I think
do
it's
not.
great for a getaway
I think
sometimes.
I think it is if it has a use, it is convenience. I think that's it. That's all it has is convenience.
Yeah.
It is
Instead of running
convenient
around
Yeah.
the mountain.
to hammer
So
up
maybe
and then
C?
but is it yeah, so I'm thinking C.
Hmm.
I think there's plenty of other choices as a gap closer or
Okay.
it yeah, there's like in every situation
There are plenty of
there's
other options. Yeah,
there's plenty
I
of
can
other
give it that.
options too. Okay, so, all right. So we can agree C is pretty good.
Yeah.
So
I want to talk about these new ones when we're done because
yeah, I'm gonna pull them up on a separate tab, and we're gonna see where we think we could place them. Um, at the end. So the next one is Jelly Angler. Have you guys used that at all? You can fish anywhere
yes,
as long as there's
yes.
water.
Actually, I think this one is a little undervalued. Yes, I know it takes up a slot in your
Yep.
thing for a fishing pole, but how do you know how many fucking jellies you can carry?
Yep. You can carry a
Do you know
lot.
that one splash doesn't just heal you, right? It heals everyone around you, just like a chug.
Yep. Yep. It's pretty overpowered. There's
It
actually
is.
like a
I'm,
like
but
if you
it
can
takes so long.
like out you can actually outlast your opponents if you can constantly be
Fishing. Just fish the
fishing
whole time. If your
and
whole
fill.
team does nothing but fish with
Yep.
that augment, you could stay in storm the entire time and none of
Yep.
y'all die.
Yep. I have I have seen people I have seen people I've seen that done. I think it is definitely needs a nerf if it hasn't been nerfed already.
I think that the biggest downfall on it, right, is it takes so long to
Although
fish, right?
I think it's kind of like manipulation of gameplay, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of bullshit. And like, I don't want to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's a cheesy win, and it's not really going to be a fun win. You don't actually get to kill anybody. Everybody else does all the killing, and then the last team quits. It's like I'm not really like it's going to be. I honestly think this one's kind of useless. It's useful in certain situations, but
I give it C class. I
like
think
the
it's overpowered, but
yeah
it's still C class.
yeah, but it's like it doesn't really have a use in the game. Yeah, I agree. Okay, all right. So C class, so we can agree C class
Yeah,
here.
I think so.
Okay, so it's gonna start getting a lot harder because these augments. Okay, here we go. Rushing reload. I think this is another like
Okay,
garbage one.
for the SMG or for the shoddy?
Rushing reload for the shotgun.
Okay. See, for the Thunder, right? It takes a little bit to reload. But if I'm in the middle of a fight, right, and we're getting pushed by two sides, I like it. I like being able to run, and it's just gonna throw an extra shot in there because I'm probably gonna need that shit.
Well, if you're using more than one shot with a thunder,
Right. But whenever
then
I
you're
get
doing
my
something
Thunder
wrong,
shot,
I
right?
think.
No, I'm getting my Thunder shot, right? And then I'm switching to the SMG or the AR or whatever the fuck I need, right?
Yep.
And then I'm going through. Say I need the one more bullet. I would prefer it just to give me the one bullet than to make me have to reload just for the single bullet to try to downfire it after it's reloaded one. Because once you're like in the reload process, it takes is it 0.2 or 0.3 seconds longer?
Shotgun one is the best one, I think, out of all the gun ammo ones.
I don't know about that.
No.
Maybe.
No. Because
No.
pistol amped magazines.
The first assault.
No.
Oh, the pistol. Yeah, you're right.
So
the pistol is so strong.
Pistol, shotgun.
So the two pistol ones. It's literally like a fully automatic pistol, and like, I mean, it's like 2 bullets and you've got that thing reloaded and you're back at it. Like, it's non-stop when you've got both of those going. The mag is so like it reloads so fast. Like,
it's just broken, Mouse.
Like,
it's broken.
Broken. Yeah, honestly,
I don't know.
Those two together.
Sorry about that, man.
Like it's
as well.
It's S class. I think together it's an S class pick. However,
which one?
I think the two pistols, the two pistol ones. However,
greatly increased ammunition capacity and quick reload.
Yep, but I think the quick reload is the key one. So if I had to analyze specifically, the quick reload is the S tier, and the extended mag is the A tier. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I
guess.
I wouldn't get you.
So light fingers is gonna be S.
Nah, can I take the honey?
And pistol, man. Okay, yep. All right.
Ready?
So first assault versus rifle recycle, the 2 AR ones.
I just got pulled over.
Do we think? I think I take
99?
honestly. I take the first assault quite often.
573.
I do too. I like the first assault.
Yep, because I constantly stay reloaded. If you guys have watched my previous videos, like in the the combat tactics, my tactics classes.
Okay. The tactical
reload is one of the R words that reloading is one of the R words that I constantly talk about. So first assault is awesome, as long as you stay reloaded.
First assault is amazing, but after every kill, you're reloading anyway.
Yeah,
at least I am.
Be. Yeah, or you should be. Right.
Right. So, in my opinion, first assault, hands down, that one's pretty good. For the pistol one, going back to that real quick, just thinking about it, right? Would you rather have an increased ammo clip to start a kill and finish a kill with, or would you rather be able to quickly reload that clip in the middle of a kill?
Well, I think a standard pistol mag has 8 shots.
And plus the increased is 15, right?
Yeah, something like that. But the pistol does 50 damage to the face. So 5 shots and they're dead. If you hit them all in the face, 8 shots they should be dead as long as you hit them in some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So the extended mag is only going to be to cover you for missed shots. But also, so we're also assuming that you're not pulling your shotgun out first, shotgunning, and then changing to the pistol as a SMG. So I think the extended mag is not as useful as the quick reload.
Okay.
Since it's it makes it almost instant. It's so fast. Together, obviously together, it's they've definitely, buff each other.
They're better together than apart, obviously.
Definitely. But I think the light fingers is the actual S tier augment.
I can see that.
Versus the mag is not really as useful.
I see that. I can agree with that.
Yep. So okay. So there's one of the, we have 4 left, and then we have the new augments, but there's one specifically that if you guys remember at the beginning of the season, I was playing around with it a lot, and it is still very useful. And that is the tactical armory. But
Oh, I
it
forgot
is
about that one.
it is very useful if it is your first augment,
Mm-hmm.
because
Because
not
you
everybody's
don't
going to be
have,
right.
yeah, your
Everybody's getting
loadout.
that initial fighting. They're still
In
doing
93?
like the initial fighting. There's not going to be a whole lot of people that are like going to be full health. And it's like two rare weapons and they're decent. But
See,
I
I
did
don't like the shotgun.
I
I love
I don't
the
either.
AR.
I don't either. So and
Everyone,
Foxy, we did analysis on shotgun, and the only thing that we could say was a positive about the tactical shotgun, the combat
was
shotgun,
it speed?
was that, yeah, right, the speed, and the damage is consistent up to 3 squares, but after 3 squares, you fall off. But why would you have a low damage shotgun when you have a high
Did
damage
we?
shotgun as a thunder, and you have basically the same thing um in the heavy?
Where did the Maven beat the combat again?
Uh, not
I think it was
until
up close,
like
right? It was just the 140.
no. So the Maven beat the combat in the first 2 squares,
Yeah, for the 140 headshot.
right?
That's about it.
And then when they got to the third square, it dropped below because the combat stayed the same. It was legendary combat is 95 until you get past 3 squares.
I
Um,
think you need to build a new map. Like we can build our own pit, but we need to be able to select different variants. So when we're testing them, we're not just testing gold.
yeah. So I actually noted that in that video, but we yeah. Yeah, there should definitely be a second one where we test body shots, and then we should also verify that there's a standard scale or whatever. That's a separate discussion, separate video.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically, I don't think so. I don't think that the combat shotgun is actually really all that useful. There's definitely other shotguns of basic rarity that are better. As for the AR, I like that it is a AR, but
SR.
it's SMG ammo.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually use the SMG augment because it is light ammo.
Oh, but
So you
it
can
won't count as the increased magazine size because it's not a pistol.
but it is light fingers. It is would still be a fast
Fast reload though.
yep,
Yeah.
fast reload.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
So I definitely like that. However, if you want to gauge the damage in the range, its prime range is roughly the at the perfect long distance of the red dot, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm always going to prefer the red dot over the tactical assault rifle,
I don't know about that. See,
especially when I can get a gold red dot that does 66 to the face.
yes, I agree with
So
that. But a gold tactical thing has
well, okay,
zero.
it comes in rare. You have to
It does.
upgrade. You have to upgrade it to gold, and the damage does not increase but 2 points.
You're right, but I'm not really doing it for the damage. It's already an SMG. It's gonna be quick firing, right? When I upgrade it, its hitbox shrinks so small. We can literally see it. We can see it in our I forgot what it's called. The little pointer thing that we used to aim. Little
Mouse.
dot. No, I mean yes.
Crosshair.
Our mouse follows crosshair. Yes, its hitbox becomes the size of your fucking crosshair, which I love. I don't want my fucking hitbox when we're doing the heavy shotgun, right? Its hitbox at a certain distance becomes so bad, you have 1.5 chance of hitting them with your dot right on them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
With your dot.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the tactical AR, its hitbox becomes so small. The only way you're not hitting them is if you're not fucking hitting them.
Yeah. I liked those guns.
I can't use the red eye like you can. Though I also don't think you can use the scar like I can.
Nope.
And I think that has
Scar
to
might
do
as well
with
be an SMG in my book.
yeah. But I can get really long shots with that, the same way you can get those really long shots with
So
your red eye.
I can get really long shots with a Scar, but I have to slow it down drastically.
What
For
100%? You have to do single shots.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can't I'm not as fast as the red dot because you have to wait till the like the crosshair. There's a thing plume I think is the plume. I think it's the plume when you fire and it goes like it expands. I think plume is the
The right word for that.
correct term. Don't quote me on that one, chat. I'm gonna get destroyed in the comments for that, but it's fine.
That's fine. Who cares?
It's fine.
Like when you're firing an SMG and your plume expands, I call it your hitbox.
Well, the hitbox is on the person.
Right. So okay,
The
maybe
crosshair
maybe I'm not saying it.
jump is the plume, I guess. You see the plume, you don't see the hitbox. The hitbox is on the player.
Yeah.
But
so you know what I mean. But y'all get what I was saying.
But I think outside of taking tactical armory right out of the gate, I think it's totally useless augment, especially if you get into late game. However, there is an argument to be made. Should you die, you can immediately reload if you have that augment in your pocket, and you can pick it, and you've got a shotgun and an AR right out of the gate. If you die, then you can grab the augment and you reload your weapons that way.
So is that going to make it a downfall because it's like only in a certain circumstance? It's a circumstantial thing.
So for this augment, right? It's half of it's already useless, and the other half we're debating on its rarity. So I think I'm gonna have to give this one maybe a B, almost A. Because half of it's useless. Its shotgun is useless.
Definitely don't think it's A. I'm pushing BC here.
Okay. Yeah.
So you say B, I say BC. I say B. So let's B. Go drop it.
Toto, Toto, final call.
B.
What are you thinking?
I like B.
B. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we can definitely make the same or similar arguments for the chug gunner. It
takes up 2 spots, which sucks, but it does reload.
But it does reload, so you shouldn't have to carry heals. It's basically the same as carrying a stack of splashes.
What if 2 people hold the chug gun? Like, you're basically fine on health. Everyone is 100%.
But so I think the chug gunner is an awesome augment. And here's my argument. And I'm gonna cherry pick a little bit. In solos, if it's like your third augment, and you have like I'm always gonna want like the bow ones or the pistol ones. I'm gonna want a pair to start. Let's just say you have a good pair, and you're doing lots of fighting. Your third one comes up and Chug Gunner pops up with another trash augment. Just don't pick it. Wait until you need to heal it. Wait until you go into a fight.
That's a good point.
Kill them, take some damage, right? Then pull your Chug Gunner out, heal yourself, toss that shit on the fucking ground, pick your pistol back up, and keep on going. So it's like you have 6 and 7 slots sitting in your augment. I'm making the same argument as I did with the tactical armory.
I like the Chug, I do. But when I'm in solos, right, everyone's gonna be carrying health because health is life, right? Yep. Like in the beginning of game, the first thing you want is health. You get health and a gun. That's what you get, right? So I know that whenever I'm going to kill people, unlike the pit, my health only comes when I get them. That's how I'm thinking about it. I only get my health if I'm carrying a little bit or when I kill them, right? So to me, if I'm using a big old chug gun, I would rather have 6 splashes in each one of those spots, actually, each one of those 2 spots. If I'm really going in it as a solo, I would rather not take forever to pull out one of that big ass gun, splash it down twice, right? Get like 40 HP and then wait for it to reload. If I'm in a solos match, I'm gonna disagree with you. I would say the chug gun isn't as good. I think in squads it's much better because your friends
See you,
can be
Blazing.
fighting. Your friends can be fighting about 10 blocks away, 10 Fortnite squares, right? And you can just jump and shoot it, and it has like an automatic targeting missile right onto the person who needs it. So
I
don't
don't
know.
use these enough to have an opinion, I think.
I definitely don't think it's like S tier. I think it's useful. I think it's another situational thing. Can we say B? Can we place this
I'll
one
honestly give this one like CB. Yeah,
CB?
I can
Okay,
give it B.
B. Okay, we can give it B.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so um Splash Medic. I think this one is an underrated one.
Splash
Oh.
what?
Okay, Splash Medic. But when you get Splash Medic, right, it gives you one per
Nope.
one, right?
Nope. Nope.
That's
Not
not what
always.
I-
Not always.
Okay,
Not
maybe.
always. It gives you one or two, but it's still like I don't know. I like Splash Medic.
I
It's
can't
definitely not.
unhear it, you guys. I can't. Y'all.
Toto's being perverted.
Every time you guys say it, I hear it. I can't stop.
What's up, Jacob? What's up, bro? We're discussing. We're trying to label these augments. We're trying to label the augments here.
I was trying to clip it, but I got distracted.
What happened?
So,
He is saying Splash Medic.
Mm-hmm.
But all I was hearing was Splash Medic.
splash my dick.
Splash Medic. Yeah, I like splashing shit on there, but you know that's usually during the shower. It's called soap.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So, I think Splash Medic. I don't think it's S tier. I'm not really.
He's not saying it all. He's
Say
not
it's kinda like C tier,
enunciating it.
honest.
B tier. You think it's B? I'll take that.
I'd
B
say-
tier. B tier.
Okay.
So rushing reload. Did we agree where that one should be?
C, I guess.
Okay. C. Okay. I'll go with. I definitely don't think it's D. I think that it's got a place, but okay. All right. So we're looking. Oh, this is definitely totally different than what I had before. Okay. So the new augments.
Right. Okay. There's only 4 of them. I'm pretty sure I've only played each one once. Tell me a
Is
little
there
bit about
4?
these.
There's 5. Peely's
There's
Plunder.
5.
Shotgun Striker, Rarity Check, Zero Chance, and Danger Hero. So, I like Peely's Plunder.
I still haven't
Oh, that's
used
the
it
one with
yet,
the,
but yeah, the map,
Yeah.
the treasure map.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know. I like it,
that
but
one-
it's not great.
this the one that we had earlier. I think that was hilarious.
Me and
God.
Kat.
No, Cap. Were me and you playing with the one on the side of the fucking mountain?
Yes, on the side of the mountain, we couldn't get it because it was 0 builds.
I was so upset. We were trying everything. I brought a rock over. I brought
Game
2
makers are
rocks over.
assholes. They're fucking assholes. Fucking assholes. So
I
I think Peely's Plunder is good. However, I think it's not as good for trios and squads as it is for solos and duos, because it can
100%.
drop for solos and duos. It can drop up. It can. I am told it can drop up to 3 legendary weapons.
Oh.
3.
That's nice.
I've only ever seen it drop 2. I've seen 2 in a purple, but never 3 legendaries.
There's
So,
one where when your shield is broken, right, or something, and you're down.
hold on. Let's
it
do one.
continues
Whoa,
to
you're
heal.
getting way ahead. You're getting way ahead here. Well, let's do one at a time. We'll get to it. Peely's Plunder. Where do we think Peely's Plunder should go?
I've used it twice, and one of
I
the
like
2
it.
times it fucked me. All right, it just really fucked me. So I'm gonna give this bitch a B or a C.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause-
thinking definitely a B.
Salty.
Salty,
I'll do B.
salty. Salty. Okay. All right. So B. Shotgun striker. That's the one that siphons when you use a shotgun. So I've actually not used this one, but it has been used against me, and
What does it
comboed
do?
with the next one. So when you hit someone with your shotgun, it
Mm-hmm.
siphons life. Like you get some life back.
It's so
Oh.
Okay.
overpowered. What? I
Rarity
need this
check.
I
augment.
didn't know
So
about that.
rarity check. You get get
Oh, rarity
siphon
check is
upon
uncommon or common.
get siphon upon eliminations with common and uncommon weapons. So if you're using a common
Green pump.
thunder shotgun doing 170 to the face, you're getting, and you have shotgun striker and rarity check, bro. Like, how is that gonna? Is that like? Are you gonna get
You
like?
probably become a god.
Yeah.
Get
I would really like to see this combination. I would like to see like exact stats, not just a list. I think these are actually really good. I think comboed. I think these could end up being S class, an S class combo, but definitely, definitely a good argument for A or B. Could we
Anything
say
else?
A?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Um, Zero
680?
chance. I think this is the one that Foxy was talking about.
Say it again.
Zero chance.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Temporarily gain the 0 point dash ability each time you break an enemy shield. So I've taken this one a couple of times, and I've never actually seen it function. I haven't gone back to watch my
Alright, and you said receipt.
my
Go
video,
ahead.
so I don't know I don't know exactly how it helped me with whatever I was doing. But what is a 0 point dash ability? So I don't really have an opinion on this one until I can actually analyze to see what it does in
I'm
the
not
actual
sure.
game.
I'm not sure which one it was, but I went down. I broke someone's shield. Maybe it's because something of mine was broken, or because I took one of them out before I did. I don't know. But I went down and I kept healing. I was healing on the floor. I didn't take damage as I was crawling for like 10 seconds.
So there is briefly regenerate health and gain movement speed when your shield breaks. That's Danger Hero. That's the last one.
That must have been what it is.
So I think Danger Hero could potentially be a zero build
S-class.
S-class augment. And that's going to be like, yeah, I think Danger Hero could be absolutely nuts, depending on how overpowered it is.
100% agree.
And comboed with like the shotgun siphon, like holy shit, it could be nasty.
So shotgun siphon, last hero. What else?
And that's it.
I'm trying to think of if we were to go in game right now, right? What is the most luckiest, most powerful augmentation luck we can get right now with like the best 4 coming in?
I mean, so that like I guess I kind of already I spoke to that already a little bit. Like if I could pick my augments every single game right out of the gate, it's going to be the 2 bows and soaring sprints and one of the pistols, or the 2 bows and the 2 pistols, or something like that. Like right out of the gate, that's going to be
that's gonna be yours, Cap.
pretty much my go-to. Or actually, our S class setup is actually not bad. We have bow specialists, so quick reload, unlimited shockwave bow, right? Soaring sprints.
Yes.
So you're literally hopping across the map. Light, what's it? Light fingering.
No.
Oh my god.
Light
Light
special.
fingering.
And
So
splash my dick.
quick pistol reload, and then first assault. Like you have both. You have your gap closer, your movement, whatever. You've got that on point, max all the way. And then you have your 2 close range, or you have your close range and you have your medium long range weapon, red dot or whatever, like you have those, you have everything buffed. Like that's actually a really good set to run with. And the next set really is a really good set to pick in place of, like, to be honest with you, I pick almost every single time outside of the mechanical archer being B class.
Mhm.
Almost every single time I pick all A or all S and all A, and the one from B. 90% of the time.
I think we normally belong to the ones we most prefer. And I think that these ones have already become like the top tier classes.
Right. But
Yeah.
other people take these augments. Other streamers, I watch them, they take these augments. The S and the A's plus the mechanical archer. Like,
I believe it.
I think this is a really good set, to be honest. I think this is a solid, where it sits here. I think this is pretty much where the
I agree.
majority of people.
I mean, people are gonna have their own like little differences about certain ones, but like overall, I think we did a good job about kind of like compromising and agreeing that like certain things strategically have a place.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. So I think the only thing that we haven't, we've kind of discussed it along the way, but the only thing that we haven't like specifically analyzed is grouping things together, and there's really no way I could show this on the screen. Like grouping things together would move everything that group into S class, but
Yeah.
But that would be S class combinations, not
Yeah.
S class single skills.
Yep.
That's just a whole nother video.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be
I
another
agree.
day into the
I
test.
agree. On that note, if anybody has any questions or have anything to say, you think we're ugly and we're stupid and this is totally wrong, let us know down in the comments below. And until next time,